Ba ba ba. Goes on. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Yep. It's all okay. Odd.
A cabaret club. Guess it's being renovated? Not surprising. This town's always had a high turnover rate. Oh? Forshine. Same name as that club I helped out in Sotenbori way back when. They nearly went under because of a rival club. At least until I stepped in as their manager. It was tough work, but still a great experience. I haven't seen Yuki, Koyuki, and Yoda-san since then. Hope they're doing well. But if this joint's got the same name... Did they open up a new location?
Excuse me. Did you need something?
Not good.
Wait, have we met before?
No, I think you've got the wrong guy. Take care. Do you need something?
Oh my gosh! It's Kiryu-san!
Damn, she caught me. Let my guard down for a second.
You just vanished into thin air one day. I thought you kicked the bucket somewhere.
Kiryu, what the fuck?
You really ought to show your face more often. But wow, it's so good to see you. How's it going?
It's been going.
Yeah, that's one word for it. Too late to fake it now, but Koyuki's just
What about
civilian.
you,
She has no idea who I
You doing okay?
who I am or what I've done.
Is this the same Forshine?
Sure is. Forshine, the hottest cabaret club in Osaka, is coming to Kanto. In fact, we're gonna have our grand opening soon.
Oh yeah? That's great. So how's business? Doing well?
Well, no, not really.
Yo, you Kansai clowns still haven't hit the road yet? Look, you people are the problem here. Outsiders can't just waltz on in and pop up a club whenever, wherever they want. That's not how we roll in Kamurocho. You hear me? You old hags got no place here. How many times we gotta tell you that, Koyuki-san?
Here we go again.
Who's he?
Some guy from one of the rival clubs. He doesn't like that we set up shop here, so he's been harassing us. Thanks to him, there are some nasty rumors going around. And to make matters worse, a few of our girls got scared off and quit. Ugh, that man's nothing but trouble.
Come on now, we just want to settle things peacefully. But if you insist on running a club here, we're gonna have to insist you comply with our ways, all right?
And this conversation's over. Honestly, I'd rather die than take orders from you.
Rude bitch. Fine then. I'll just have to beat them into you myself.
And how are you gonna do that?
Who the hell are you?
One of their hires. And as far as I know, Kamurocho doesn't roll any which way. You've got no right to mouth off about how things work around here.
Right back at you, old man. Whatever. Guess I'll have to beat your ass first. I'm gonna send all of you packing. You'll wish you never set foot in my city.
Oh my god. This guy's an idiot. Asshole.
You're going to regret this.
Combo.
I won't hold back.
Come over here.
Grab this man. And twist him.
Hope you're ready. Time to shine. Too easy.
Have a winner.
Did you really think you'd win?
What's this guy eating?
The hell's this guy eating?
Strong. Now beat it. Come back here, and you deal with me. You won't catch me here again.
I'm so sorry about that. You helped me out of a tough spot there. The same as ever. Right, Kiryu-san?
No, not necessarily.
Anyway, before we were so rudely interrupted, I was just about to ask you to come on in for some tea. Step this way, please.
Tea!
Right behind you. Real spacious here. Not bad.
We pretty much took over the previous club. It's a great spot and all, so we went ahead and rented it out.
So, what happened to Foreshine after I left?
Well, after you made Foreshine the #1 club in Sotenbori, Yuki-san, Yoda-san, and I worked as a team to keep it that way. And for 15 years, we were the best of the best in all of Kansai. Impressive, right?
Sure is. Much harder to stay up top than to get there. Then, why are you here in Kamurocho, now of all times?
Actually, I discussed branching out with Yuki-san and Yoda-san, but you know them. Not a greedy bone in their bodies. They didn't want to risk the club's quality dropping either. But after they retired, I was the one who ended up in charge. I figured, since I'm taking their place and all, maybe I ought to try something new, you know?
I see. So Koyuki, the new owner on the block, wanted to give the Kanto expansion a shot.
Well, it didn't have to be Kanto, honestly. I just really love Foreshine, and I want to share it with people outside of Kansai, too. The girls back in Sotenbori are golden. They don't need me there to run the club. That's why I thought I should challenge myself. Do something only the owner could do.
That's great. I'm not surprised you went for it, given how much you cherish the place.
Thank you. Still, I never knew how tough it is to run
The
a business.
music.
It's so different from serving the customers. There are way too many factors to take into account and no end to trouble, like that guy from earlier. To think Yuki-san and Yoda-san have been doing this for years. I can't help but respect them even more. It was one heck of a wake-up call. I had no idea so many people were looking out for us hostesses in ways we never even knew.
Well, now that you realize that, I'm sure you'll do just fine. Sorry for dropping in at such a busy time.
Oh no, you're perfectly fine. To be honest, I wish you'd stay. Having you as the manager would be a huge weight off my shoulders.
It ain't happening.
Hey now, you're gonna
Koyuki.
put me to work again? Give me a break.
Just kidding. I'm serious about being short-staffed, though. We've lost a few of our girls to some threats, and some of our staff have even been headhunted. It's gotten me kinda down recently.
I guess some things never change, no matter the times. But why not ask the Sotenbori Club for help?
I mean, I could, but the girls there are really popular. And since we'll be opening soon, I doubt I could adjust everyone's schedule in time.
Then why don't you ask Yuki for help? She used to be the legendary hostess, didn't she?
Yeah, she'd really turn things around. If I could even bring myself to ask.
What's happening with Yuki?
Yuki-san's out there making her own dreams come true and trying something new.
And what's that?
Running a restaurant. She used the money she saved up from her hostess days to start it up.
That's awesome.
Told me herself that she's been super busy since it took off. I just felt like I couldn't bother her with my problems. Not when she's got enough on her plate. And I'd feel real bad disturbing her if she's on track to success. Wouldn't want to drag her down or anything. That, and I can't keep crawling to Yuki-san for help. I need to handle this on my own. Ow!
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. It's just because I've been buried in work, my stomach's not feeling too great.
Don't push yourself too hard, all right? So, Yuki's got a new place, huh? What kind of restaurant is it?
She hasn't told me much about it. All I know is that she set up shop in Yokohama in a corner of a building that's got a lot of bars.
Sounds like Ijincho.
It probably is. Given the location and how she was the legendary hostess, I'm sure she's running a bar or something. I wish I could swing by, but since this is a new venture for her, I'd feel like I'd be a bother if I showed up.
Well, I'm actually staying in Ijincho right now.
Wow! Small world! You should drop in and say hi then. That'd totally make Yuki-san's whole day. I mean it. Go!
Alright.
Cool! Let me know how it is. And if she's worried about the club, just tell her everything's going fine and to focus on her place.
Got it. I'll, pass on the message.
Thanks so much. And I hope you can stop by for our grand opening, Kiryu-san.
5 the time. I will. I know things are tough right now, but don't overdo it. That's always been a bad habit of yours.
Right. I'll keep that in mind. But still, I'm really happy I got to see you again.
And I'm real proud of how much you've grown, Koyuki. I'll catch you later.
All right.
Come so far, Koyuki, but I'm a little worried about your grand opening. Yuki's got her own place in Ijincho too, apparently. I wonder if she's really running a bar. I'll check it out sometime later. Wonder what Daijoji will have to say about this. Doesn't matter, this was good for me. I'm glad I came back here. Alright, once everyone's ready, we'll take a cab back to Ijincho. Bantam. Love to have a drink, but I don't want anyone to make a fuss over me. I'm drinking. A long time ago, this place used to be called Bacchus. Serves some great drinks. It's also the place where I met Haruka for the first time. She was alone in a bar littered with corpses, clutching a gun. Shocked to see her there, she was so brave. Back then, she was only a child who wanted to find her mother. I think that Haruka's now a mother herself, and she'd give her life to protect her own child.
This brings back memories.
The longer you live, the more surprises you get to see. Of course I'm having a drink here.
いらっしゃいませ。
Urashaimasu. 25 years, 18, 12, 18, 12, 12. Oh my god, I am fucking slamming these. We are, alright everybody, we are doing what they call binge drinking. There's some good looking booze.
Let's dig in.
Bon appetit.
Guys, we should have some food with this. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Dear God.
That was great.
Certainly
This was
food.
not a meal. We need to go
ありがとうございました。
get food in us right fucking now. We are going to die. Quick! Quick fried chicken!
いらっしゃいませ。
Bon appetit.
Oh, thank God. No fries? No fries? No carbs with my burger? What a terrible world this is. What a foul and terrible world. Of course I'm gonna look. Of course I'm gonna look there. I need more food in me or I'm going to die.
いらっしゃいませ。
Ooh, that looks good. Who am I kidding? This all looks good.
Bon appetit.
That was great.
Certainly food.
ありがとうございました。
Arigatou gozaimasu. Hayo, hayo, gozaimasu. Of course I gotta look here. Of course.
How much did I...
The Millennium Tower. That's where my fate began. That's where I settled the score with Akira Nishikiyama. Even though we weren't related by blood, Nishiki was the closest thing I had to a brother. Thought we could just keep screwing around as small-time Yakuza under a boss, but I don't know where it all went wrong or if this is the way things had to be. No matter how much thought I put into it, I just can't figure it out. That's why I need to keep my head up. And until it's time for us to meet again and I can face him with pride, I'll keep on living, or at least try to. Kiryu, I don't know if you're going to the same place as Nishiki. Oh, what's this? Looks like a fun watch. No fucking way! Dead Souls? Oh my god. Well, it's a pretty popular movie genre. I wonder if that's why I had a weird dream about zombies myself. Oh my god. In that dream, Kamurocho was swarmed with zombies for some reason. The entire town was closed off to contain them. Everyone's still trapped inside, left for dead. I also had an absurdly huge gun and went on a whole rampage. What an insane dream. I don't know why, but everything was just so vivid. The emotions I felt still leave an impression on me today. Perhaps this is a memory from an alternate timeline? Ha,
Feels like
yeah,
just
right.
yesterday.
That'd be ridiculous. Insane that they reference Dead Souls. Insane. We need more food in us. We're going to die. We had so much booze. Beef zone. Ooh. Ooh, mixing a hot pot. Beef tongue. You know, I should try beef tongue sometime. Harami. Barbecue. Kimchi salad. Booze. Oolong tea.
Let's dig in.
Beef zone aficionado. Oh! Ah, stretching. Sorry. Oh my gosh. My ghostly bones.
This kimchi fried rice is to die for.
Apparently, this wasn't on their menu originally. They only added it after one of their regulars requested it.
I didn't know that kind of thing was even possible. Pretty flexible for a restaurant. I wonder if they do the same for us if we become regulars.
I can't help but wonder, though, how do you even become a regular in the first place? Just show up for a meal every day?
I assume it depends on the owner. If they remember you and you get to know each other, you might be able to call yourself a regular at that point.
Be their friend, huh? I have no idea how to relate to the owner here. Figure showing up to eat all the time seems like the best bet.
Would you really go that far just to put something on their menu?
I've only heard this in passing, but apparently the owner of this place used to be a part of some crazy biker gang.
Get out of here. Can't imagine that just looking at the guy. I wonder what's the story behind that one.
What if we rode in on tricked-out choppers, dressed to the nines in leather? Maybe then he'd tell us. It'd be like speaking his language.
Oh, we should totally do that. If we want to get banned for life.
Decisions.
By the way, if you got him to put something special on the menu, what would it be?
I can't really think of anything.
Then what's the point of all this?
Great question. Great questions for you.
Girls
That
drink.
is certainly food.
That was certainly food.
Arigatou
Sean-hee,
gozaimasu.
come on. That was certainly food. I can't believe you. Oh wait, hold on. Steps in. Give me your finest coffees and your Earl Greys. I don't know about having carbonara with coffee. I would have coffee with a seasonal cake, maybe some cheese, some golden Mont Blanc. Oh, definitely some ice cream.
Let's dig in.
Bon
Looks good.
appetit.
Bon appetit.
I never really noticed it before, but it sure is a pretty little cafe.
Yeah, it's well managed, and there's not a speck of dust anywhere. Really has a nice atmosphere.
You're very observant, Kiryu-san.
Even Namba seemed to notice.
Give me a break. I may look like a disgruntled mess, but I do clean up after myself. Every now and then. I'll have you know I recently bought some cleaning supplies. Still right there in the box.
Satisfied with the purchase alone, huh?
Well, the effort's what counts, right? Got me a feather duster and everything.
Oh, a feather duster?
Yeah, a big stick that looks like a bird's ass at the end. Isn't that what Cinderella uses to clean?
I'd rather not associate you with Cinderella, but I digress. So, did you do some cleaning?
How could I? I tried waving it around, but all I did was spread a bunch of dust everywhere.
Sounds to me like you almost had it. After the dust settles, you're supposed to sweep it up and then you're done.
Oh, so that's how it works. Thought the damn thing was busted.
What I'd recommend is a handheld mop to clean up dirt and grime without spreading it around.
Sounds like you've got this cleaning thing down.
Surprised? There was a time I lived with family, and believe me, we all did our fair share of cleaning. I could teach you like I taught them. I even have a surefire technique to get rid of mold.
Yes, master. Teach me your ways.
And so begins the strangest apprenticeship of all time.
Cute.
Thanks for buying.
That was
That
great.
is certainly food.
ありがとう。
Alright, I think that's enough food in us to cancel out the excessive amount of food. Just kidding. Burger time!
いらっしゃいませ。
There are the fries.
Let's...
Bon appetit.
Hey, how old is too old to be ordering a Lucky Meal?
I think if you're
What's
above
a lucky meal?
18.
It's a combo made for kids. Usually comes with a hamburger, dessert, and a toy. And during special promotions, they'll run out pretty quick.
So it's basically a kid's meal then.
What brought this up? Attempting to relive your childhood all of a sudden?
Not exactly. But the toy they're giving out is based on a manga I read ages ago, so... guess I was feeling nostalgic.
Hey, I don't see any age limits posted. If you want one, why not go for it?
Go for it, dude!
There's already a sign up saying there are only a few left.
What? Stuck wondering if it's weird for a grown-ass man to order a kid's meal? Don't feel bad, non-champ. I accept you.
I think so.
Just because I want a kid's meal doesn't mean you have to treat me like a kid.
If this is something you really want, go ahead. Just be aware of who these lucky meals are meant for. If ordering one for yourself meant taking it away from a child, I couldn't imagine living with the shame.
I'm aware of that.
Hey, it looks like they're down to the last one. It's now or never.
Namba is not gonna do it. He's like, fuck, Kiryu
Ooh, and there's a
guilted me.
family at the register right now. What's it gonna be? You gonna make it happen?
Oh my god! I can't do it!
And sold.
It was over so quick.
Fuck.
You did good, Namba. That was a tough decision.
Aw, how about I buy you some dessert to make up for it?
Ugh, why does everybody treat me like a kid? Oh, dessert sounds great, though.
Talk about having your cake and eating it.
Thanks for buying.
That was
That
great.
is certainly food.
ありがとうございました。
What's gonna eat? What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take for you to be like, you know what, that food was awesome? Game Setter Atlantis. Why would build a police station this large here? It's giving off the I've got my eye on you vibe. Cops and I get along like dogs and cats. Hey, Date, but the detectives I've encountered were all guys who died for what they believe in. I've been influenced by their way of life time after time. Date-san especially. I owe that man a great debt I doubt I could ever be able to repay. If it weren't for him, I don't know if I'd still be alive to this day. Strange, isn't it?
This.
Who'd think a former Yakuza and a detective would end up being friends? 'And 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 Oh, Date. Rocket launcher! On the stairs? On the stairs? Sorry. I was fucking losing it. I was going bonkers bananas. To Injin Show. Alright, then we gotta talk to Date. Uber Eats? Insane to see that. All that about covers everything. Guess it's time for the big meeting. Yeah. Janai Station. Once we take off from there, it's no turning back. I ain't going there yet. Gotta talk to Date. Date. Ohayo gozaimasu. Date.
I take a while. You good on time?
Yep, I'm free.
Yeah, I've got time. Well, I'll give it to you straight.
Akiyama!
Akiyama. Akiyama.
Shin Akiyama, the lifeline of Kamurocho, the moneylender from Sky Finance. I haven't heard from him for a while.
I take it you heard something? I did. Seems he'd made his way out of Japan.
Huh.
Right about when the Tojo clan and Omi alliance disbanded. So, that would be about 4 years ago. And what? That's it? For now, I've tried finding him through all my contacts, but the man's a slippery one. Now, this is rumor-level intel here, but supposedly, he's been sighted in Singapore.
Singapore? The hell?
Fitting, too, since they rake in investments from all over. A guy like him would feel right at home.
Well, he's been out of town this long. Any chance he'd even come back?
Every time we met, he'd doubt me like no tomorrow. Kept saying you just had to be alive. He even guessed I was in on it at one point. But after I kept playing it off, I guess he got fed up. I mean, we're the ones who distanced ourselves from Akiyama. The Daidoji had us promise that. No exceptions.
Yeah, I know. Can't exactly fault him for taking off like that. I'm at least glad to know he's doing well.
It was always a risk, meeting with him. Man might act like a goof, but he's sharp as a tack. The moment you got close enough to listen in, he'd have sniffed you out. If that happened, you can bet the Daidoji would act real fast.
Right. Guess it's time we call it then. You've done more than enough.
Then Akiyama through the door.
Taichi, Kazuki, Yuya. You even got in touch with Sayama.
Hang on. I didn't call you out here to close up shop. Rather, how would you feel about taking it a step further?
Haruka?
What do you mean?
Let's be frank. Daidoji doesn't care who you see. At least, I don't think. That's fair to assume, right? I mean, you haven't gotten any complaints, have you?
Guess not.
That means either they haven't noticed what we're doing, or they're letting us get away with it. A or B, I say we go all in and get in touch with who you want to see most.
It's a good idea.
If I had to guess, that'd be Haruka.
Aw.
You declared yourself a dead man, and all but disappeared. That's the promise you made with the Daidoji. If you went and broke that promise, well, I can't imagine it end well for you. But still.
Wait, Date-san.
What's up?
When this place gets so quiet, I don't even hear anyone outside.
Hey, fellas.
So what's the deal? They with the Daidoji?
Nah, never seen him before. Tell you one thing, though. They definitely didn't come here for a drink. What's wrong? You wanted to fight? Well, here I am. Come on!
Let's beat him down.
We are so drunk. Too drunk to care. Watch out. The chakras. Date, are you gonna do something?
Oh, pain in the ass.
We doing it, babe?
Frag Inferno.
Special order. Enjoy.
Much better. You're going to regret this.
Damn, you sobered up fast.
All good. Follow my lead. Might as well.
That's better. Hope you're ready.
I'm on the roll. Let's go.
Bonk.
Waste of my
And that's the end of it.
They didn't
Worldly
stand a chance.
cigar.
Who are these guys? Any idea?
Huh. They're definitely not any old thugs. In fact, they moved like pros.
Right. Guess they're not done yet.
Oh my god. Akiyama!
Wait, you're...
The fellas you took down here. They're a group of Liumang boys called the White Masks. They'll work for anyone who pays them. Need some skulls cracked? They're there to please.
Hang on. Just what are you... Akiyama?
Not every day someone holds their own against White Masks, let alone this many.
Looking good, bud.
And after seeing you fight, there's no mistaking it. Do me a favor and be up front, eh? Kiryu-san? Still with the cold shoulder routine. All these years, and you can't bend a little?
Wait, so you mean this whole setup was you?
Sure was. Every time I asked Date-san about you, he'd give me the same crap about you being dead. No doubt he'd keep that up if I hadn't caught you red-handed.
But that's just... You can't...
Yes, he
Oh.
can.
So you would have been honest with me this time around?
Well, I...
See? There he goes again.
Akiyama, what the
You
hell?
deserve that, Kiryu. And you too, Date.
You must really think I'm stupid! Both of you! For all the secrecy, it was pretty obvious. No way in hell you'd die that easily. And sure enough, right when the Tojo and Omi disbanded, I got word that old 6 feet under Kiryu made a surprise visit. I figured for sure things must have cooled down by then. But nope, that was all she wrote. Kazuma Kiryu's glorious return fizzled out like some urban legend. Not even a word my way either. I guess I didn't matter since I'm not part of your little gang.
Then, why are you here today? How'd you know where we were?
I asked a buddy to keep tabs on everything. Trail Date-san and see if maybe anything's changed. Date-san was the key. Surely he'd find a way to get in contact with Kiryu-san. Lo and behold, just the other day, I hear old Date's been frequenting a certain bar out in Ijincho. All I had to do was come back to Japan, play my cards right, and poof. Here I am, and there you are. So, with that out of the way, maybe it's time you explained yourself.
And just what is it you want me to tell you? Why I had to become a ghost?
I'll take anything so long as it's good. You and your pal here are done playing me for a fool.
Hey, maybe give it up, Kiryu. I'd rather not get slugged by Akiyama again.
Yeah, he's got a good punch.
I ain't apologizing yet, by the way. I'm still ready to kick you across the street.
Hey now, not funny.
It be deserved.
Fine, I'll tell you everything. Looks like you finally won, Akiyama.
Hell yeah, thank God. Tell that man.
So that's it, then. That's the story. So what, Kiryu-san? You made a pact with this Daidoji faction to protect Haruka-chan and Haruto-kun?
I did. I needed to be dead to the world, and I had to keep silent to make good on my word. Date-san was there when I made that promise. I made him my sole witness. It was my fault he couldn't tell you all this time. You want to blame someone? Blame me.
Like I even could after all that. Especially not now that I know you're dying.
Yeah.
Sorry. You know, it doesn't matter who I tell. They always start treating me nice.
Oh, brother. And you just had to lay it on me, huh?
So what you been up to, Akiyama? You snuck away from Kamurocho without so much as a peep.
Well, as you know, I get smitten pretty easily. Before I knew it, I chased some girl way out the country. Thanks to that, however, I got to take it easy. Almost feel guilty now, what with how rough you guys have had it.
Yeah? Well, I heard you left at a good time. Got out just as the Tojo clan disbanded. Right around then, the governor enacted his Kamurocho 3K plan. Anyone operating even an inch outside the law got shut down. Knowing you, that must have thrown a wrench your way. I'm sure the police came knocking, yeah?
Hey, if you knew, you could have at least thrown me a bone, huh? The money I handle mostly comes from gray zones, so I had to spread it across the globe to keep it safe.
Right, and then you ended up in Singapore.
Wait, what? Singapore? Who said anything about that?
Huh? Was that wrong?
Date.
Wrong as can be. But it's not like I tell you the truth either way.
Of course not. We had our secrets, and now Akiyama's returning the favor.
You wouldn't be that stingy, would you?
Sure I would. I'm a moneylender, remember?
Let's not forget he's still sick the Liumang after us, too. You know, I should file a complaint to Sun-hee. Tell her boys they ought to check their target next time.
Right. Anyway. All in all, I get there wasn't much you could do, given the circumstances. But how long have we known each other? We've taken on countless Yakuza, and been through the ringer. How many times now? If you're wondering whether I was cool with being left out, the answer's no.
He's valid.
Didn't you just say you get it?
Look, point is, you didn't even ask me for help. No, you went off to carry that weight all by yourself. Buddy, that's just plain lame. Anyhow, I won't go blaming you. On the contrary, I'm gonna help you see things through.
Hmm?
This might have started off as some Daidoji deal, Kiryu-san. But I'm gonna guess you're in deep again, huh? Fat chance I'll just sit back and ignore that.
I appreciate it, but if you get involved, my promise to the Daidojis as good as empty.
Right, the pact you made. And what, you just stick to the shadows the rest of your life? Was there really no other way?
There might have been, but things back then were... let's just say they were pretty dire.
Hey, well, I sure have never lived life as a dead man. far as I'm aware. Still, I can only imagine how lonely you feel. You can't see Haruka-chan or Haruto-kun, can you?
That's the idea.
Hey now, Kiryu. What'd I tell you earlier? The Daidoji might give you a pass, even to see Haruka. Even if it's just a quick glance. It's great you're keeping your promise, but is it worth it? You don't have much time left.
I know. That's why I can't do it.
What?
So what if I do meet with Haruka now? Before long, I'll just be gone from her life again. They'd have to watch me die a second time. Some good that do.
You sure about that?
Hmm?
Meeting today, seeing you again after so long. It's like whatever I had pent up inside just disappeared. For my money, I can't see myself regretting this one bit. You changed my life, Kiryu-san. I don't know where or who I'd be if not for you. You gave me a chance when I was at rock bottom. Of course, you didn't exactly know it then. Right as I'm giving up, I learn about this guy. Some hard-headed lunatic in the same town who kept fighting no matter what he was up against. You're more than you realize, Kiryu-san. It wasn't just opportunity. It was more than some chance. You gave me the courage to keep on living. You made a difference. And because of that, I did all I could to find you. You're a special person to me, believe it or not. And really, I'll bet Haruka-chan feels it even more.
Come off it, Akiyama. I'm nothing special, and you know it.
You believe that?
If I see her again, if I see Haruka, death might actually become scary. Who knows, maybe I'm just a coward.
I wouldn't go that far, Kiryu.
So the Dragon of Dojima has something he fears after all. Feel a lot better about myself, honestly.
Great. Always something to say. You really are sharp as a tack.
An honor coming from you.
Well, I'd say that settles it then, Kiryu.
Hmm?
Next time we do this, I'm bringing Haruka in. She might even have Haruto with her.
You're not serious.
You'd think I'd say so otherwise?
Seeing you in a whole new light, Date-san. Let me know if there's anything I can do.
A new light, huh? Well, anyway, let's toast. Bury the hatchet good and deep.
Now we're talking. Cheers, fellas.
Yeah, for now.
The lads. I met up with Akiyama. Though it'd be more appropriate to say he ambushed me. That definitely caught me off guard, but knowing him, I should have expected it. Akiyama told me I give him the courage to live, so there's no way I'm going to shrivel up and succumb to death now. Awesome. Akiyama now a member of Poundmates. Alright. Let's see if Dante gives me the call to go see Haruka. Haruka, Haruka, Haruka. Yeah, there we go.
Hello?
Dante.
Hey, Kiryu. It's Dante. I was hoping you're free.
Dante,
Got some big news for you.
Dante.
But if you want to hear it, you're going to need to travel. That okay?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Great. Perfect timing, too. All right, then. I'm going to have you head over to Serena.
Serena? You want me back in Kamurocho?
Yeah. Akiyama's bringing over a special guest. The very last one I want you to meet. Care to hazard a guess?
You don't mean Haruka?
Hell yeah.
And Haruto, too. They
Ooh,
came all the
and
way from
Haruto?
Okinawa. I haven't told them you're still alive or anything, but I'm sure they'd be thrilled to see you. More so than vice versa, I'd say.
Date-san, how long have you been planning this?
Huh?
Was this your plan all along? To bring me back into Haruka's life? No matter how nice that sounds, I'd be breaking my agreement with the Daidoji.
Well, you can worry about them later. Right now, just get a move on to Serena.
Quite literally,
This
you are
might be
dying,
your last
Kiryu.
chance to see her. Better to regret having gone than never going at all.
The Daidoji expose
Got
you
it?
to nuclear waste.
Now I suggest you hurry.
No! Don't look so satisfied about this! You can't leave me, Uncle Cos! You can't give up! Uncle Cos! Uncle Cos!
Serena.
This might be your last chance to see her. Better to regret having gone than never going at all. Got it? Now I suggest you hurry.
What would I do if I saw Uncle Cos again?
Oh my god, was that Haruka just behind the door?
Sorry, but what kind of question is that? Do you know something, Akiyama-san? I thought we were here for a get-together with Date-san.
Sorry, that was just a hypothetical. But I've told you before, haven't I? How I don't buy that Kiryu-san's actually dead. So if the man were still around, well, I bet he'd pop up out of nowhere on a day like this. Especially with you and Haruto-kun here in Kamurocho of all places.
Wait, you're saying he's coming? Uncle Cos?
I am. At least, hypothetically. And now we're back to my original question.
If Uncle Cos really did show up, I'd be really happy to see him alive and well. And in the same breath, I feel like I'd realize how weak we are on our own.
Huh?
It's been years since everyone at Morning Glory and I heard that Uncle Cos died. Regardless of whether he's alive or in heaven, we always supported each other, so we could meet him with our heads held high. Some of the kids are already all grown up and make enough money to get by on their own. We all admired Uncle Cos's strength, and when the going got tough, we'd grit our teeth and push through it. So, it wouldn't be right for me to say that I want to see him again, no matter how badly. Because I don't know if I'll ever be ready to face him.
I get it, Haruka-chan.
You've gotten so strong, Haruka. Like mother, like daughter. Isn't that right, Yumi?
No. You didn't even walk in? I'm gonna kill you, Kiryu.
You with the Daidoji?
We've been keeping an eye on you, you know. Hanawa may be dead, but we're certainly not. Had we not pitied you, we never would have loosened the grip on your leash. It seems we've given you the impression you had the freedom to do whatever you wish.
What are you getting at?
Let's talk about your detective friend, Date. There are consequences for breaking an agreement. He fails to comprehend that simple of a concept. I must say, it's gotten out of hand. So could you just keep him in line? Then we'll let bygones be bygones.
What did you do to him?
Follow us if you care to find out?
Wow. Was this necessary, fellas?
Date-san. Hey, you okay? What happened?
Because you swore to abandon the name Kazuma Kiryu, the Daidoji faction would pose no threat to you or those around you. Detective Date himself witnessed the exchange. He was very much aware of the consequences.
Hey, Kiryu.
What is it, Date-san?
No hi? How'd it go? Did you meet Haruka?
If Kiryu-san had met her, you wouldn't have gotten off this easy. Consider yourself lucky. Because right about now, your lungs would be heavy with the water of Tokyo Bay.
Wait, you didn't see her? Why?
She can stand on her own 2 feet now, and that's good enough for me. I don't have the right to interfere with her life. And I never would have known that without your help. I'm in your debt. Words can't describe how much.
Kiryu.
For now, let me start by taking care of them.
And you get taught a lesson.
Why don't we all just settle down? You're the ones who broke off the agreement. You only have yourselves to blame. We also heard from Date-san. You're running out of time. He begged us to let you go, let you run free at the end of your life. Said you'd only be saying your farewells to a loved one. Hilarious, isn't it? You are no longer Kazuma Kiryu. That man is long gone. That was your side of the agreement. Now I want to hear this from your mouth. Kazuma Kiryu is dead. You swore it once. Now swear it again.
Seems like you'll bend any which way to please the faction. I almost feel sorry for you.
Care to elaborate?
I went to Hawaii for a mission from the Daidoji, one I've yet to complete. Which means you don't have permission to kill me. And the only way you'll stop me is over my dead body.
Hey!
That was your last chance to pull the trigger. But because the faction won't allow it, you hesitated. Now you'll suffer all the pain my friend endured, and then some. That's why I said I almost felt sorry for you.
I'd back off if I were you. Because you just made a terrible mistake.
Man, you guys are gonna get wrung.
You're finished, Kiryu.
Oh my god.
Think I'll enjoy
These guys
it.
are idiots. Where'd you get that gun?
You're going to regret this.
I'll follow your lead.
All right, let's finish it together. We only need one shot.
Follow my lead.
It's fucking over for you, buddy.